You know something? It's terrible that there are people out there who are only friends with people who have the same beliefs. It's not a matter of your actions, it's a matter of your beliefs. In other words, if you don't believe as I believe, we can't be friends. We're not equally yoked. It doesn't matter if we live on the same block, go to a similar job, and have the same moral structure. That doesn't really matter. What matters to these people is you pray to their God, Goonie Google Google Goog, the same way they pray to their God, Googly Google Googly Goog, or whatever it is you pray to or how you pray is a fantasy. That's what I love about that fantasy. Everybody else's spiritual and religious fantasy is nothing but a fantasy except for your own and your group. Yeah, your group is the one with proof. No, that's right. Your group doesn't have proof either. So, if you come across a bunch of villagers who believe that the volcano god runs their life, you really don't have no way to prove them wrong, because the same people who will tell a savage he's a savage for believing in a volcano god are the same people who will say, oh, that town suffered the worst storm ever because those people there were wicked. So you both worship a volcano god, except some of you worship a weather god who controls just more than volcanoes, where the volcano people thought it was the volcano that controlled everything. Now you guys are more advanced. You have a god that controls the earthquakes and the storms and the hurricanes and the tsunamis. Yeah, you're far more enlightened than the villager with his volcano god. Yeah, great. Just like the villagers who think that if something is wrong with you, then it's evil spirits. You might know it's cancer. You might know it's cancer, but just like the villager, you still tied your God down into this silly, stupid, in your face all day, watch you all day, gonna punish you or reward you at the end entity, and you've stripping away the true power and the true permeation of God. You've got this God that's outside you, and he watches over you. He got to be a male according to a lot of societies. He's a male, but there are a lot of societies that also think that God is male or female. Some societies have where God is a male and a female. Nobody can prove any of these wrong, including your own. And you know why you can't prove it wrong? Because there's no proof that it's real. So why try to prove something wrong that you can't prove is real? Unless you're dealing in just your emotions. And in your emotions can make anything real. And that's the truth of the matter is, your emotions can make anything real. It don't mean it's real. It can be real in your mind. And that's why you have a personal relationship with God, because where else are you going to have a personal relationship except in your mind? You never see God walking down the street with somebody. You never say, oh, I got a personal relationship with God, but he calls so-and-so on the phone once in a while. I never get a phone call. Or, oh yeah, hey, look down the street. There's God and Jack. God always hanging out with Craig and them. No, your personal relationship is all up here, because that's where you create your vision of God. I hope you can understand that. You create God, which then in turns creates you. I don't even know if you can understand what I'm saying when I say that. When you create God, you then create yourself. That's why when somebody approaches you with God, they're trying to shape you to fit what they want you to be. And if you don't want to be what they want to be, what they want you to be, they don't want you around them, because you're not going to help them shape somebody else into what they want them to be. And that's all fine and dandy. But when you throw God in the mix, that's when the shit hits the fan. I don't know if you ever noticed, when you throw God in the mix, shit hits the fan. That's when people turn into wars, and you can have wars that go on for centuries that can be masked or disguised as a religious war when it's really a war of resources. But human beings got to suffer a lot more. I figure we got about another 3,000 years maybe before we get out of this funk. Oh no, we didn't got that much time. 2012. Yeah, the Mayan calendar says the world is over. Yeah, okay, sure. And you'll be getting up to go to work to 2013 and 9 to 5, same way. I wonder what some of y'all going to say, because I know a lot of you mentioned 2012 all the damn time, like it was a millennium. Remember when the 2000, in the year 2000, all that bullshit y'all put people through, rationing, saving up cans. You know, you gotta miss, your ideological outlook is nonsense, and you gotta do something about it if we want to live in a better society, and a society where we solve our own problems. Basically, that's how I feel about it. Still love y'all, love all y'all. I love the most moronic believer, and I love everybody. I love every atheist. I love every Christian. I love y'all. You know, until you do something to me, then I don't love you. My love is logical, and its levels and degrees all have to do with logic. And if you're dealing in something that requires that you bring all your emotions into it every time, you're always going to end up doing the wrong thing, and that's just how it is. Sorry to tell you, but let me cut this short. I want to watch the rest of this show I'm watching.